Hello, it's John from DesignFanatics.com, and today is all about mobile data. Now, next week I'm heading to sunny Spain, well I hope it's sunny, to have a holiday, heaven forbid. So what I was going to do was check to make sure my phone wasn't going to be using any data that it shouldn't be during the trip. Now, the obvious thing to do is to just turn off mobile data, turn off syncing, and your phone will not use any data at all. What about if you wanted to actually use some data though? What if you wanted to be able to get emails while you're away, but perhaps not other things like tweets, Facebook updates, etc. So here are a few ideas of things you can disable whilst you're away from your native country. So go into Settings, Accounts and Sync, and here we go. Currently auto-sync is on, so all these bits and pieces will be syncing as and when they want. Stocks, in case you didn't know it, is syncing in the background. Most people probably don't use it, but if you want to manually stop stock syncing, click on it and untick Sync Stock Info. Weather, you probably don't need to do the weather while you're away, although it's probably only a few kilobytes of data, it will help to turn it off. News, although this news widget does now work in Froyo 2.2, I'm not actually using it after all the complaining I did that it wasn't working, so let's turn it off for the time being anyway. Facebook, yep, let's turn that off. We don't really want to sync any of that. The live feed, which is obviously the status updates and other bits and pieces, and the contacts, this is where you get the Facebook contact pictures and status updates in your People app, so let's turn that off. So if I still wanted to carry on syncing my email, I can leave this on. You can obviously set which bits do sync. So contacts, mail, calendar, maybe you only want to sync mail, so we could turn these other two off. The next thing to do is to check how many days syncing you're doing in mail itself. So we're going to settings. What we want to do, you can hardly see this, is go into labels. So once you're in labels, you can set here the number of days to sync. Now whilst you're away, you probably only need to sync, say, a day, if that, well, that's the minimum you can sync. So you can either sync a day or sync all of them, or you can choose multiple days, but if you only select one day, then it will only get the headers for that one day, which is probably the best idea when you're out and about in a different country. Another tip I have is to try and only use GSM when you're away, if you do have to use data, because I've done tests and GSM data uses a lot less than 3G whilst being used, basically. I'm not quite sure why. You can do the same things with GSM and 3G, obviously, when you're sending a tweet, for example, but I have monitored it with that Smart Monitor app, and it does actually use less data when you're using GSM to perform the same tasks as it would when you're using 3G. I presume just because it can use more bandwidth, that it just does more stuff, and it's not very technical, but that is certainly true in this case. Now if you do need to use your mobile data whilst abroad for other bits and pieces, you can actually monitor it quite well on this app here called Smart Monitor. It's a free application, the light version, and here you can see traffic. You can see your mobile data use for the day, the month, and other bits and pieces as well. So this is a great app to have if you have, say, a 50 meg limit when you go abroad, which is possibly what I'm going to purchase before I go. Then I'll be able to keep track here of how much I've used on a day-to-day basis. Okay, one other thing that I didn't mention earlier was that the syncing function of the HTC phones, although turning that off will stop mail, news and weather updating, it doesn't stop other applications such as Twidroid updating themselves. Because Twidroid uses its own updating feature, you do need to disable it inside the application to stop it from using data. So it's just another thing to think about really when you're out and about. Just make sure you turn other apps off. I mean, I haven't got any on here that will sync, but oh god, oh sorry about that. Yeah, just be wary about what you have running in the background as well. So that's the best tips I can give you, other than just disabling your mobile data. Obviously use Wi-Fi if you have Wi-Fi in your apartment or hotel or hostel, wherever you're staying. But just be careful, because there's things syncing in the background which you don't know about, such as the stocks, weather, Facebook, Twitter. We can disable the Twidroid syncing as well. If we go into here, settings, notification settings, update interval, sorry, background notifications, we can turn that off, and away that goes. So my phone is now ready to just sync mail, 1 day's worth of mail, and nothing else. So hopefully when I head to Gran Canaria, it's going to be nice and sunny, and I won't come back with a huge mobile data bill. So hopefully you found it slightly useful. It doesn't really matter which country you're going to, but just be wary of your mobile data when you do go. Like I said, be sure to subscribe to these amazing videos, and you can get more hints and tips as and when I upload them to YouTube. So until then, this is John from DesireFanatics.com.